Dave Chapple, really. You know.
Not like a chapel.
Oh, okay.
It's like not pronunciation.
Nice job, Mike.
If anyone wants to sign up who hasn't signed up already, Eric now has the clipboard of power, so see him.
Can you hear? Can you hear?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is my first aid flop. When I was in college during my third year, I befriended a girl who worked for the Disability Services Office at Cleveland State University as a student assistant. I would mention her name, but a funny thing is, for the life of me, I can't remember it. Anyway, on occasion, she used to help me during lunch to eat and in the library when I had to do research. Over the months, we were getting to know each other better, and even other people noticed our relationship was growing. We discovered we had many things in common, including that she had been a counselor at a camp that I used to attend. That it is another funny thing. I really don't remember her working at the camp, but who am I to think otherwise? One day, out of the blue, she said we should go out for a drink sometime, and I didn't know what to say for a second because I didn't think she was interested in me in that way. While experiencing much shock and surprise, I said sure and set up a date for the following Friday at the campus bar that I frequented. Meanwhile, I told my friends about my upcoming rendezvous, and although they were surprised too, they were happy for me and excited to hear how everything went. After about a week of anticipation, the Friday of the big date was here, and it so happened I had a mock interview at the Cleveland State Career Services Center that day. So I had on a suit and tie, and my friends were teasing me that I just dressed like that for the date. Anyway, the time was finally here, and we met up and walked over to the campus hangout. We sat at a table, and she promptly made the comment, "You didn't need to dress like that just for me." As it turned out, that was a good icebreaker, and we had a laugh and proceeded to get a couple of drinks. We were having a great time exchanging old stories about camp and about our classes. Then I figured after I had my first Jack Daniels and ginger ale in me, it was a good time as any to ask where this relationship was going. When I asked, she got a confused look on her face and showed me her hand and asked, "Don't you know I am married?" I would give anything to see the look on my face, because after that she knew I stopped having fun and asked if everything was okay. Digging up the dignity I had left, I acted like I knew and promptly asked for another drink, but this time it was a double. My ride home wasn't coming for about an hour, so I made the best of the situation by just continuing like nothing happened. Not that having my so-called date tell me she was married was bad enough. I had to face my friends and tell them what happened. But to my surprise, they were supportive and kind of upset at her for not being more upfront. After that episode, I took a vow with myself to always look at a woman's finger before setting up a date. However, the odd thing is it happened again when I first asked out a certain girl named Kate a couple of years later. But that is another story. Thank you.